Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Secrets. I'm your host Mohammed Siddique from Atlanta, Georgia. And on this episode, we have a special guest, James Kandasamy. James is the author of Passive Investing in Commercial Real Estate. So, if have ever thought of investing into real estate, this is the episode you want to listen and watch till end, just to make sure. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, James Kandasamy. James, welcome.
Hey, happy to be here, Mohammed. Happy to talk to you and add value to you and your listeners.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to get into commercial real estate, specifically creating an opportunity for many and passive investing?
Yeah, it's a long story, right? So let me try to summarize it. So I'm an electrical engineer with an MBA, and I've been working in one of the largest semiconductor company in the world, as an engineer, and then ended up being engineering manager. So I've been at management level for almost 16 years, total 22 years as a corporate employee on a W-2 job. And but I like to do things, interesting stuff, right? Sometimes when you work as a W-2 employee in a company, a lot of company don't do interesting stuff, right? Very few do research and design, the true research and design, right? They can't, I mean, not everyone can do the true research and design, because then nobody will be making real product that can sell and make money, right? So very small percentage do research and design, and everybody else do the same product over and over again with smaller tweaks, right? Sometimes it becomes a bit too boring or too monotonous for me, right? So always, even in my previous company, when I was working as a corporate employee, I like to go to departments which has new things, right? So I like to always do new things, like a lot of problems, so we can go and solve it and all that. So I cannot do that for a long time, and I always, very entrepreneurial, try to do some business, at night time or what, so that to keep my mind working, and just to break out, right? When you work as a W-2 employee, you're just getting a normal pay, and you have a ceiling on your pay, you have a ceiling on your promotion, and it becomes very limiting. So I always try to do something else on the side at night or during lunchtime or early morning, right? So I was trying a different business, doing stocks, doing software design, website design, and ended up, I said, okay, maybe someone told me about real estate investing, buying a rental, one house at a time, and and when I did my calculation, wow, it was perfect. You can get like 9% cash on cash if you buy like one rental, and the the resident will be paying for your rent and will
Yeah.
paying for your mortgage. So it was good. So I started doing that, and I like it, and that's how I went into from a corporate employee to real estate, 6 years ago.
6 years ago. And that
Yeah.
was like part time or the full time jumped in right away? Or how
Oh
you
no,
did?
6 years I was doing part time, right? So I was not daring enough to do full time. But 3 years, 4 years ago, I went into this full time after leaving my corporate job of 22 years. Last 4 years I've been doing this full time, and now we are doing big projects. We have moved from single family rental to multifamily, right? Which is like a multifamily simply means apartment complexes. So we are buying apartment complexes, which is basically a commercial real estate.
Mhm. So tell us a little more about your portfolio so that way we know which cities and how big it is.
Sure. Absolutely. So we focused on Austin and San Antonio, which is, you can group it as called as Central Texas. We focus only on Central Texas. We have like 2,000 units right now across 10 properties. And we have been we are also vertically integrated, which means we have asset management. We also raise the money from our own investors, and also we do property management as well. So we have all these divisions within our own company. We have like 45 employees right now, and we run the entire show. Like, that's what we have, right? And we focus a lot on a group of apartment called workforce housing, where you find renters who are going to be renting for a long time, right? We're not looking at like very high end luxury apartments, or we're not looking at the class C and D apartments. We're looking at class B, where we call it as a 1980s and above, more workforce housing. That is the kind of apartment that we buy.
Mhm. Wonderful, wonderful. No, this is good. So, how you said 45 employees, and how many partners you have in this, and like a vertically integrated mean? you can solve that challenge, whatever comes, very quickly, and and you take all the blame because everything is inside in home.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Because all the responsibility come into one person, right? So yeah, we don't have any partners. It's just between me and my wife. We run the entire show,
Yeah.
which is crazy, right? Considering we only started 6 years ago, and our portfolio right now is almost $160 million in assets.
Mhm.
And but it's good. I mean, it's a lot of hard work. This is not easy for anyone to do. I do not want to I don't want to make it sound easy. It's a
Yeah.
lot of hard work, a lot of thinking differently from everyone else. That's how you can penetrate into and you can break out from the norm of what everybody else do, right? So
I
yeah, I
can't
mean,
I can't resist of not asking this question. You just
sure,
talk to
absolutely, go ahead.
your wife, and how is it like being a partner with wife 24/7? On a
It's
build.
not easy, when you're sleeping at night, we ask about what about that employee, what about this employee, what happened, right? So it's been very difficult because we always mix, family and work together, right?
Yeah,
So
that's
um yeah, it's been hard, but I think we are learning, we are continuously learning to work with each other, right? But so I focus a lot on investor relationship, underwriting, acquisitions of the deals,
yeah.
whereas she focus a lot on operation and construction. So we try to split that, and we try not to step on each other's toes, even though that's not possible, because it's so integrated, right? The owner, the asset management want to ask the property management what's happening all the time, right?
Yeah.
Especially when they are in your own house.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah. When you walk to the kitchen, you ask what happened to that property. But we are building our corporate employees now. We are going to be having vice presidents, and we have regional managers, and we have accounting team at the corporate level. So we are learning how to delegate more of that work to these corporate employees.
That's great. So, James, in a commercial real estate, what are the
Mhm.
top three missteps to avoid? Top three mistakes people do mostly when they come to commercial.
Not only commercial real estate in general, you want to make sure you buy right? So you want to buy it at below market value. Real estate is the only asset or investment class that you can buy below the market value. Stock you can't buy, right? If whatever price they give you, you're going to pay for that, right? So you're buying at market value. Bonds are same. Any other assets, gold, anything, you're buying at value. But real estate you can buy below market value, because when there is some kind of rehab, right? So some kind of distress in the asset, then you can buy below the market value and you improve it. So first misstep is, or what you should be doing it correctly is, buy right. Make sure you buy it below the market value. Right. Second is, in our line of work, we have a lot of passive investors joining and investing with us. So we are the pilot of the aeroplane. They all are the passengers, right?
Yeah.
So we call them passive investors, and we are the general partners. We are the active investors. So I mean, just for general public, second misstep is when they invest in commercial real estate. Make sure you invest with the right pilot. Trained pilot. Don't invest with the pilot who haven't gone to the school, pilot school yet, or pilot who just come out from pilot school. No, you have to give them some time to really learn how to play, how to take the right, how to choose the right pilot, right? So third misstep is choosing the wrong plane, right? So so when you want to take a plane, you want to make sure you take the right plane, right? So there are different types of planes. Some planes are jet planes, some planes are jumbo planes,
Yeah.
some are propeller planes, some are landing on the water plane, right? Kind of thing, right? So what I mean by that is, different deals that were brought up by the general partnership has different characteristics. Some are growth, some are more equity, some you can make more money on the back end throughout the whole cycle, some will give you more cash flow. So you have to match with what is your personal goal, with what are you looking for in your investment. When you're investing into a commercial real estate with someone else, which I call as passive investing, you want to choose, is your focus more on cash flow, or is your focus more on equity, that you want to look at, you're buying a distressed deal and you're making a lot of money on the back end. So you have to be a bit more patient. So you have to match with your personal investment style with the deals that being brought up to you. So these are the three big things I would say
Mhm.
is most important.
Just as a follow-up, is it possible to have a cash flow and equity, like two things at one in one?
Absolutely. That's what we call as a hybrid model,
Yeah.
where you don't get cash flow immediately, but you may get cash flow in 6 months to 12 months.
Yeah.
And then you also get the equity on the back end. I mean, it's a bit harder to do that, but there are operators who do that. I mean, we do that a lot. We like to buy distressed deal with can cash flow in 6 to 8 months because we
Mhm.
have to go and stabilize it, right? It's a lot of more work, but also builds up a lot more equity on the back end, right? So a lot of people love that kind of deals, and we specialize in that kind of deals where there's cash flow and equity.
Mhm.
But as I said, you have to find the right person to be the pilot, right? So you have to find the right operators
Yeah,
to
wonderful.
partner with.
In your deals, what is the typical exit strategies? Right, like exit in 3 years, 5 years, or you want to hold it
We
for long?
look for like 3 to 7 years right now. The exit strategy is either you just directly sell
Yeah.
the property. Second exit strategy, you can get someone to assume the loan. That means basically you do the deal and someone assume your loan. You get the difference of the profit, right? Third strategy is you can go basically into a 1031 exchange. You can take the entire team and move into another 1031 as well.
Hmm. Oh, great. And also, I know that you are also a podcast host. So tell us more
Yep.
about your podcast and who is your ideal guest on this one.
Sure, sure. My podcast is called Achieve Wealth through Value Add Real Estate Investing. My podcast was usually a commercial investment operators, right?
Mhm.
People who does self storage, people do apartment complexes, people do Walgreen. They buy Walgreens and a single tenant assets. I would say so different operators, right? So because we go very deep into how active investing works, right? So yeah, that's my podcast. It's called Achieve Wealth through Value Add Real Estate Investing.
Wonderful. Achieve wealth. Everybody want to achieve wealth. That's
Absolutely, absolutely.
so. And if are your investors, what's a typical like a percent wise like the ROI on their
On the
investment?
returns,
Yeah.
usually we target like in the mid-teens IRR. I would say mid-teens,
Yeah.
internal
Internal.
rate of return, right? So internal rate of return is not really exactly cash on cash, but you can equate it almost similar to it because internal rate of return has time element to it, whereas cash on cash doesn't, right? But I would say 15, 13, 13
Mhm.
to 15% IRR is what we target for in our investment. And on a yearly basis, people may get like 7 to 10% cash on cash,
Mhm.
and at the back end they get the remaining, right? So when we sell, right? So that's what we target for nowadays.
Mhm. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. In fact, if you don't mind, I would like to introduce you to my partner. He is a reckless billionaire. 10,
Oh,
$10 billion is, owns over 160 mile of land in beachfront properties in all over US. And we are building one safe city in private city altogether in Tennessee, like a
oh, cool.
1,000 plus acres that has all the elements and minimum ROI, IRR or something, yearly return is a 12.5% to 100, 200, 300, even a couple of thousand percent, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
That's
maybe
awesome.
a person like you who are, great thinker and working with many investors, it's a good idea to pick a brain with someone.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's what we do, right? We want to always keep our brain active to figure out how do we maximize our investment, right? For our investors and for the sponsors as well.
Wonderful. I will speak with him and connect you to. That's the purpose of having guests and seeing where how we can add value to you guys.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely.
So, is there anything you like to share which I didn't ask?
I just want to make sure that everybody get my book. It's called Passive Investing in Commercial Real Estate. You can get it in Amazon. Let me make sure I get that right.
It's good.
Passive Investing Commercial Real Estate.
Yeah,
This book was nominated as top 15 books by Jim Cramer, The Street,
yeah,
and it was launched like almost 2 years ago right now, and we already sold like more than 2,000 copies of it. So it's not like a book where it's too much marketing or what. There's true content to it. Right? So but I think for your audience, you can go to my website. There's a website where you get the book for free, the same physical book. I think you just pay like $4 something shipping fee.
yeah.
It's called Passive Investing in Real Estate.com. Passive Investing
Passive,
in Real
passive
Estate.com. You
investing
can get the book for free.
in realestate.com.
Yeah.
I'm going to type it right now.
So
Is that right? Passive
yeah,
invest.
Passive Investing in Real Estate.com. Yeah, absolutely. That's
Okay, wonderful. So
cool.
you go and check it out. So passive investing in realestate.com.
Yes,
So,
correct.
James, I appreciate very much. And I
Absolutely.
like to, as we are about to wrap up, I like to ask this question to every guest to get the feedback.
Sure.
What would is on your screen right now? What would you say to your best friend about a growth hacking secrets? That's a show name where you are right now when I'm not there in my absence.
I would say work hard, be persistent, and do things differently from everyone else.
Mhm.
Right? That are the three things I would say. You need to work hard. You need to be persistent. In trying out something. Don't give up. Third thing is you have to do things differently. If you want to grow very quickly, you have to do things differently from everybody else, right? If everybody else buying a property from brokers, through a bidding process, right? You want to think differently. How do you establish a relationship with the broker, or if you want to start contacting direct the seller, so there's are different things from everybody else. So these three things I think would make my best friend as successful as me.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. So, as we are about to, excuse me, as we are about to wrap up, what would you say as a final word?
Final word is connect with me. My website is achieveinvestmentgroup.com. Achieve is like achieving a goal, ACHIEVE, achieveinvestmentgroup.com. And if anybody interested in partnering with us to invest with us, on that website, there's a link called Invest with Us. Click on that. There's a form, fill up, and you'll be connected with me through my calendar link, and you'll be in my passive investor list. So my email is james@achieveinvestmentgroup.com. So you can connect with me in many ways, and I'm active in my Facebook. We have our own Facebook group called Multifamily Investors Group. I'm pretty active there. I can connect me on LinkedIn, and I'm pretty easily reachable.
Just how big is your group of investors by now?
We have like almost 300 investors right now who has invested with us.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, James, for showing up on Growth Hacking
Absolutely.
Secrets and sharing your wisdom with us on the behalf of a Growth Hacking Secrets community and our entire team. We really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. All good wishes.
Thank you.